Hey everybody, today we're going to work on getting your backup camera to work for your uNavi. What you need to start out with is, it doesn't need to be this long, but you need an adapter that goes from a TRS 3-prong, otherwise known as a 3.5mm jack, to composite connectors, or RCA connectors. And what we're going to do is, to find out which one is your video and which one is your audio, your turn-on signal, you get your multimeter, you switch it over to ohms, or if you happen to have a continuity tester, go for it. And we're just going to test to make sure that we've got the tip as the right connector. So there we go. Oh, whatever. Either way, I've already done this test. I think I did to stay with one hand. And what I've done with this test is I found out that red is the tip, which you need to be video. The middle prong here is your 12 volt detect, and the base is your ground. So, because my video connector is a male and this is a male, went out, bought this gold plated connector there, identified as male. Then we need to do our 12 volt detect. There's two ways of doing this. You can buy another connector to go to another cord, which just increases your chances for problems. Or grab your side cutters and snip. Done. Then you grab your wire strippers, your X-Acto blade, cut down the wire sheath, I don't have very long fingernails, so this is kind of hard for me. Here, we'll cap it. Now, atypically, the shield, which is the copper wire that runs around this wire on the inside here, is your ground. Some diagrams say that this needs to be grounded to another source, but it should just ground to the uNavi itself because of the TRS connector. So what we're going to do is we're just going to cut that copper off. So it doesn't get in our way here. Now you're going to take your wire strippers and you're going to strip away that outside sheath on the center wire. It should be a 22 gauge wire. There you go. Ignore my daughter, she's noisy. Give it a twist, and you can take an end connector, feed it through, take your insulator clip, and crimp it down. Now, this won't work because this is too small, so I'm going to have to modify it a bit so it fits, and then I will show you. So to make this fit, we're just going to add a dab of solder. Sorry, I burnt myself. Dab of solder here to this other cord, the add on. Make sure if you do this you've got some soldering experience, as well as a proper heat sink to keep everything from sticking together in the wrong way. Once you're done that, we'll give it a minute to cool down. So once you've got some wire built up to make it so it fits the connector, just put the connector on. I wrap some red electrical tape around there to protect the ground, and then we go to the car to install it. So now that we've got it into the car, plug your video from your camera into the red plug, in my case. And here's our modified other plug. Now temporarily, just to show you guys what happens, did that there so it doesn't scratch up my paint. I've taken a power plug from the fuse panel. This is just temporary. This isn't a permanent thing. In order to get it to turn on automatically when you put into reverse, both power sources, both for your camera and for your V-line sense, have to be set to the backup light. But if you want, you could put in a toggle button and just power your camera directly, or just plug it in normally and use it as only a backup camera. So before I get this all connected here, there's the uNavi, cord sticking at the bottom of it, and I'm going to connect the cord here. And there's the backup lines, and there's the back side of my car. And then when you shift, this is the problem with using the direct power, is let's shift out of reverse. All it does is shut off the camera. It doesn't shut off the power, so then uNavi still thinks that the camera is connected. And then you try to tap to get away from it. You can't even use your display button to bring up the clock. It just stays on backup camera. But once it's apparently once it's up, it's let's go. It's whatever displaying whatever you were last supposed to see. So there you go. If you run the video cable for your backup camera, you're going to have to do the whole process again for installing the power cord. But if not, then when you install your video cord, install your power cord. And that's how you install the backup camera for PowerAXEL's uNavi system.